My people wonder they say shall never end. This story long go. Just get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and sit well. Guys, they said gospel's driver's wife have come out to expose all the exposable, all the secrets, why her husband ran away with the gospel's 8.5 million naira. And when they arrested the husband's brother, why the same gospel who arrested the guy rushed and released him. You see, in this life, nothing is hidden forever. It's just a matter of time. Yes, and any secret that you think is a secret, as long as 2 or 3 people are aware of it, even as long as another person is aware of it, it's no longer a secret though. It's just waiting for the right time to be exposed. Yes, it can be a secret when it happened just between you and yourself. But as long as a second person or a third person is involved, my dear, it's no longer a secret. Right now, this wife of gospel's driver have come out to tell us a whole lot that happened that a lot of people do not know. I told you guys that the kind of relationship that they say between gospel and that driver was questionable. But I want to remind you that these are all alleged unverified information making rounds on social media. And as long as you are okay with that, we can now continue. So, information have it that when gospel arrested the driver's brother with the aim that the moment the driver get the information that he will return the money to her or come back begging. But unfortunately, they said the woman who understands the game that these two are playing decided to use her secret against her. They said the woman called her, as in the driver's wife called gospel and told gospel that, look, if you don't release my brother-in-law within 24 hours, I am coming to the palace. And by the time I will come and go, maybe you pack your things and follow me. I'll go or go too and leave the palace too. So that was why they said gospel became afraid such that she rushed and released the brother-in-law without wasting time. But before that, they said the wife of that driver have started opening her mouth because when when gospel released the brother-in-law, she was still threatening, telling the wife to tell her husband to return her money. That was when they said the woman now got angry and started telling everyone who cares to listen that if anything happens to her husband, that gospel should be held responsible. Forget the fact that she goes around pretending to be a good wife that she is not, that what she is doing in the secret is worse than that bad person that people know out there. So when she was saying all of that, that was when she told us what transpired between her husband and gospel and why the guy, as in her husband, have the audacity to take that money and run away. They said during that period that Kabiyesi and Queen Naomi was planning for the full moon ritual, gospel did a lot, a whole lot. We heard how she went to Ghana, and unfortunately, she did not succeed that place. Now, she did something with the driver. They said there was this strong native doctor in Ijebu that Ebony contacted. But because of her personality, she decided to be using the driver. But somehow I blame the driver because it's only greedy that can make a man do things against his wish or things that he knows that is wrong. So they don't know how gospel managed to get a white handkerchief that Queen Naomi have used. I don't know when she used it, I don't know. But one thing I noticed is that these people have informants everywhere, including in Queen Naomi's house, but she may not know. I don't know. Or in her church, I don't know if all the information we are getting is the truth. So They said she provided that handkerchief because when they went to the native doctor told them that they will need something that Queen Naomi have used, and they brought a picture. They said it's not picture. Then that was when she brought the hanky. And why when they started the practice of doing something to her so that she would run away from the palace. Remember when there was that news that if Queen Naomi comes to the palace at so time, that she will run away and will not return. They said it was Gospel who did that particular one. So, but unfortunately, it all failed her. So when they wanted to do the ritual, she sent the driver to go and do it. I'm sure she must have paid him handsomely to do that. So when the driver reached the native doctor's house, Abi shrine, they told him what to do. After doing that with that hanky, it did not work. So they said they brought out a doll, or this baby doll, you know, and they named it Queen Naomi and used it. So the native doctor told the guy that he will use a rusted needle and pierce the left hand of that doll. That the moment that happens, that Queen Naomi will be blind. She will turn a blind eye over everything that has to do with the palace and all of that. So, unfortunately, they tried all of that. But they said the man told the driver that there is repercussion for this particular one because they have done a lot and none of them was working until they decided to try this. That if he pierced that door and it did not work, that on no account should the driver set his eyes on Queen Naomi. That if he do, he might go blind or something strange will happen to him. So the driver called Gospel and told her about it. Gospel told her to go ahead and do it, that it is going to work and all of that. So that was how they said this guy went ahead and did it. Unfortunately, it did not work. And after that, they said after like few days, they thought it is going to work. It did not work. The guy started experiencing something strange. At some point, that left eye, his own, was drawing him. The thing was paining him. He was having severe pain. So they said Gospel sent money to him. He went to the hospital. After everything, they told him there was nothing wrong with his eyes. And he did not know that it was because of that doll that he pierced with that rusted this thing, calling Queen Naomi's name. Hey, that it has backfired. It is now back to sender. So they said most times he will start experiencing something strange ever since he went to that native doctor's shrine. And he complained to Gospel. Gospel overlook it. At some point, she was trying to help, even to the point that she even gave him money to go and meet another native doctor in Ijebu for help. And they tried that one did not work. After everything that they did, the thing continued. At some point, Gospel decided not to show interest again because at the end of the day, the final full moon ritual has happened and definitely Queen Naomi won. So all the complaint that the driver was now bringing concerning what is happening to him, Gospel was not showing interest again. So when this guy now had the opportunity of seeing a very big money in her hand, that is that 8.5 million, he decided to use it and relocate and go and look for solution to his problem. And again, stay far away from the palace because they told him he cannot set his eyes on Queen Naomi if that fails, of which we all know that it failed. So that was what the driver explained to his wife that made her to call Gospel, telling Gospel that if anything happens to her husband, that she will come for her. She will open her mouth. The whole world will hear what happened and who she truly is. That is what we are hearing. You know, they said when this lady was explaining all of that, people who hear it, we are all marveled and shocked the length these women can go. So that was why he wants to forget about the 8.5 million so that her secret will be sealed. But unfortunately, such secrets will not be sealed again because it will definitely get to the king when the time comes. That is if all this information is true. Because one thing I will never forget to tell you is that these are all alleged, unverified information making rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as facts unless you verify them, okay? Always bear that in mind. Thanks for watching. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Do well to follow my page, give this video a thumbs up and share the video. And tell me what you think about it on the comment section. Bye. Love you.